One thing Candace Owens is gonna do is speak her mind, even if it makes people feel uncomfortable. Today, I came across a video of Candace speaking on Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's marriage. She asked, why are they even married? Let's listen to what she had to say.
So it's a big question, and I'm wondering just why are people getting married anymore? It seems that we are slowly chipping away at what marriage is supposed to represent as an institution, and people are sort of engaging in these progressive-like marriages. People that get married and say, as just one example, I want to keep my last name. I'm a woman. I've always been known as this. I want to keep my last name. I find that to be weird. I was so excited to take my husband's last name. Another element of this is we're getting married, but we don't want kids. We don't want kids to disrupt how we live. We love our financial security because we don't have children. We want to be able to travel the world. Okay, typically people think when you get married, it's because you want to establish your own family. But for some people, it's enough just to have one another. Now we're starting to see this phenomenon of people talking about not wanting to blend their finances, which brings me to the topic of Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, who I don't think anybody would disagree with the statement. They are definitively not in a traditional marriage. They do everything a little bit different. Just a couple of examples here. She did not want to lose her last name, so she hyphenated it. They are raising their son, born Zaire, as a daughter that they are now calling Zaya, despite the fact that Zaya's mother says, no, that's my son, and has been fighting them in court. They're championing that. Okay. They did not go the traditional route of having a child. They decided to use surrogacy. So things are very different in this marriage. But then sort of the cherry on top of all of it was this interview where Gabrielle Union sat down with Bloomberg to say that everything in her household is split 50-50. Take a listen.
It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work. You gonna sleep in? Somebody might not eat. Come on, you gotta work. And it's hard. It's hard to let that go.
First, I want to speak on Gabrielle and Dwayne getting a surrogate. Honestly, I feel that should have been left out of the discussion. Gabrielle didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to find a surrogate to carry our child, just because. It was a valid reason for them choosing to do that, and no doubt it is a very sensitive subject for the couple, especially Gabrielle. Gabrielle Union has experienced multiple miscarriages. And though she has experienced this, she still wanted to try and carry her own baby, even going so far as to consult her doctor about other options. In an interview with Shape magazine, Gabrielle Union spoke about why her and Dwayne decided on going with a surrogate. In the magazine it was said that Union still wanted to carry a baby to term and mulled other options after she and Wade had tied the knot. The actress considered trying the drug Lupron, which is often prescribed for relief of conditions including endometriosis and uterine fibroids. However, the medication wasn't without its own risks. Union's doctor informed her that even with Lupron, she had just a 30% chance of carrying a child to term, adding that it throws your body into early menopause, and you can break bones very easily. Dwayne didn't want to see Union suffer or risk her own life to bring a baby into the world. You've done enough, said Wade to Union. He later added, as much as we want this baby, I want you. We've lost too much in our relationship for me to be okay with encouraging you to do one more thing to your body and your soul. Those words ultimately led Union and Wade to find a surrogate named Natalie, with whom they felt comfortable. Union, however, still struggled with her own feelings of inadequacy throughout the process, as well as grief for the children she'd lost to miscarriages along the way. The actress also revealed how her past pregnancy losses impacted the experience of sharing the news with loved ones. Getting a surrogate, no doubt, was a very hard decision for Gabrielle Union. I am sure she deeply took everything into consideration before making that decision. The miscarriages, her doctor saying that she only had a 30% chance of carrying her baby to term, and her husband's feelings on the matter. I am sure she didn't want to risk the chance of going through another devastating miscarriage. And that is very understandable. Let's move on to the subject about Gabrielle and Dwayne splitting things 50-50. Candace Owens is right, it's not a traditional marriage, but a traditional marriage hasn't existed for quite some time now. A traditional marriage usually involves a husband and wife, wherein the husband is the main or only breadwinner, and the wife was responsible for keeping up with the household and caring for the children. You don't see that today. Most households consist of both parents working and sharing the load. Husbands today share the load of cooking, cleaning, and caring for the children. And the wife shares the financial load. The traditional marriage is far less common in today's American culture than it was even 20 years ago. But let's focus our attention on the reason Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle decided to split everything 50-50. Let's hear what Dwayne Wade had to say.
So somebody questioned Dwayne Wade on the podcast Club Shay Shay about what his wife had said. Is it real? Are they actually splitting things 50-50 when he has a net worth of $175 million? Take a listen.
Because I think I said one time when we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you can say that in the arena. Yeah. And so in our life, our home, 50-50, we purchased it together.
Right.
Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50, we
Right.
share it together.
Okay, I know that it has become very common for people to say, let's normalize things that are so very clearly abnormal. But can we all just address the fact that this is not something that should be normalized? What is the purpose of marriage? I thought marriage was when two people become one. And now we are slowly chipping away at every single aspect of what it means to become one. I don't want your name, or I don't want to blend our finance. I don't want our finances to become one. I don't want our name to become one. I don't even want to think of our child as something that we created and is one.
Dwayne didn't specify why he told his wife that it was his house that he paid for, but that's just not something you tell your wife. He no doubt made her feel unwelcome in the home that they both shared at that time as husband and wife. No doubt Dwayne saying those words to her caused her to put her guard up, and her paying half on everything gives her a sense of security. Like Dwayne mentioned in the interview, his wife told him that he will never get a chance to say that again about a home that they share together. Now I don't know exactly what I would have done in that particular situation, but I definitely understand where Gabrielle is coming from. Who wants to feel unwelcome in their home, especially by their partner? And besides all of that, what works for their household, works for their household. Who are we to tell them what they should and should not do in their marriage? And that's all I have to say about that. Well guys, those are my thoughts in regards to Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union deciding to go 50-50ths in their marriage. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you will be notified when I upload another video.